Nurse Girls, it's me, Jamesia, or Mimi, or Jamimi, like what? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, #Nurse Girls. It's me, Jamesia, or Mimi, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back with another video. Now, here in this community, we focus on education, experiences, emotional stability, and every extra thing that people really don't want to talk about that goes down in nursing school. Now, if you're new to my channel, ciao, subscribe. And baby, hit the like button while you're at it. Hey, hit the like button while you're at it. Hey, y'all, we're trying to get to 10K subscribers. So I need y'all to share my videos, comment, be interactive. Y'all, we in the community. I respond to everybody. Y'all, we trying to get it up. Get these likes up. Get these subscribers up, y'all. We trying to do it. Help a girl out, all right? I cannot do this without you guys, and I do appreciate all of my supporters, even the ones that's been there since day one. I appreciate you. Y'all be reaching out to me, and I always respond. So let's get into this video. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 P's. Now, these are typically for like new nursing students that are going to, well, I'll just say nursing students that are going to clinicals. You can also use this if you are a nurse tech or CNA, but these 5 P's can vary from city to city, state to state. I'm just gonna tell you guys the way that I use them and how it can help you. And I'm not talking about the P's that talk about postlessness, paresthesia, paralysis. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else, something that you can use for clinicals, okay? When you are entering to a patient's room, to make sure that you have doing your hourly rounds, so to make sure that you have hit everything, to make sure that you haven't forgotten anything, is good to remember the 5 P's, because it can just make sure, just make sure you are dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's kind of thing, okay? So these are for hourly rounds. So the first P is when you go into the patient's room, you want to see if the patient is in pain, okay? If the patient is in pain, then you need to let the nurse know, or if you're at clinical, you need to let your clinical instructor know. However, whatever the protocol is, you get the pain scale 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, like the greatest pain, 1 being the lowest pain, okay? And so you want to ask for the patient's pain level. So you want to get that out of the way first, okay? The second thing that you want to do is ask the patient if they have to potty. But you don't have to go in and say, hey, you got a potty? Like, no. Do you have to use the restroom? If they need to use the restroom, simply help the patient get up out of the bed. Most of the times, if a patient is a self-patient, they will get up out of the bed and they will, go to the bathroom themselves. But I still ask anyways, because sometimes a patient can be in the room and not go to the bathroom. They just be either on their phone watching TV, or they just been so not aware of their physical body and don't go to the restroom. And so a lot of times if I ask them if they got to go to the bathroom, or if they want to shower or anything of that sort, I'll just go ahead and change their sheets and, trying to get stuff cleaned up, which goes into the 3rd P. We use as peripheral, but I know a lot of people use possession. So when I say peripheral, it's like you looking on the sides. You just want to make sure that the bed, what is it called? The bedside table is cleaned off. Throw anything that you have to throw away. Say, hey, do you want this? Do you want me? Let me just clean up. Just say, hey, I want to tidy up a little bit in here. That also makes the environment a lot more welcoming, and they feel a little bit more comfortable. They are in a hospital, so it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So just clean out the bedside table, clean off the couch, whatever is in there that can be cleaned and straightened up. Just clean it, throw the stuff in the trash, dump the trash. Take the trash out, do all of that when it comes to peripheral or possessions. So when we say possessions, you want to just make sure that their possessions are kind of like, stored properly and just in the proper place, okay? What number are we on? Number 4, positioning. So a lot of times if you have patients that are not self patients, if they're total care patients, or if they're an assist patient, like they need you to assist them, it's kind of hard for them to stay in a position. A lot of times the patients always slide down to the bottom of the bed. So a lot of times you have to slide the patient up to make sure that they are comfortable, make sure they're breathing properly. So you want to ask them, say, hey, are you comfortable in bed? That's kind of how I do it. I say, hey, are you comfortable in bed? Do you need more pillows? Do you need to be split up? You look a little uncomfortable, you know, just do stuff like that. Ask about comfortability, and then that'll kind of help gauge. You don't have to say, oh, do you need to be repositioned? I mean, you can say that. There's no problem with doing that. So in that sense, if a patient needs to be slid up, you call somebody to help you to slide them up. Or a trick to that, if you don't know, if you slide the patient up to the head of the bed, if you raise their foot of the bed just a little bit, it kind of makes like a little, you know, U shape. They kind of like get sunken in a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So that way they won't slide straight down because the beds are completely straight. So, and patients will slide down and not even know that they had slid down. You go in, you're like, why is your foot at the end of the bed, like hanging off the bed? That's not normal. Their foot don't need to be hanging off the bed. It don't even really need to be touching it, to be completely honest. So, and if that's putting pillows under them, whatever. So you want to position the patient, make sure the patient is very, very comfortable while they're in your care. The last P would be parting. I don't know if, like I said, I'm just using the words that I use. I don't know what other P's could be used for this, but parting is saying like your goodbyes, but you're also making sure you're saying, hey, somebody from the team will be here within an hour. A lot of times patients do get confused about hourly visits. They feel like, oh, the nurse is supposed to be here every hour on the hour. And it gets confusing if you do not explain it properly to the patient that, hey, somebody from the team, and the team could be a physical therapist, a respiratory therapist, a doctor, the tech, the CNA, the nurse, the charge nurse, the nurse leader, anybody from our team, we're all working together. So anybody from the team that comes in here within an hour, somebody will be here within an hour. And you just want to make sure that if you see that the patient has not been seen within an hour, maybe you can go in there and just peep your head in and see if they need anything. You can go over the 5 P's again and just make it really quick, okay? So, yeah, so a lot of times patients do get confused with that. So just make sure you are very clear and concise when you're stating that someone would be here within an hour. Don't say, oh, I'll be back within an hour, because if you can't come back within an hour, the patient's gonna hold that to you, and then they're not gonna be able to trust you with their care or with anything that you're saying, because you said you will be there within an hour. So just say, someone from my team should be here within an hour. Everybody knows about hourly round, so it's not anything new, okay? So those are all the 5 P's. I really do encourage you guys to use this when you are going into a patient's room. It will definitely help you feel more comfortable, because in your head, you already know what you need to ask, and it will kind of like help with the conversation. It'll flow. Trust me, it'll flow if you just go in knowing what you want to ask, knowing what you want to. And this is besides, of course, like the assessment and the vital signs and all of that stuff. This is just a regular, like, hourly visit. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about that, don't hesitate to ask me. Leave a comment down in the section below. Like this video. Come on, y'all. We need 10,000 subscribers, y'all. We're trying to get there. I'll see you guys in the next video.